broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
6 o'clock, it's Monday.
I am obsessed with this song. Hi, AfterBuzzers. It's Jillian Leff here, bringing you a special edition of Spotlight On with the beautiful and talented Brady Reiter from 100 Things to Do Before High School on Nickelodeon. Welcome, Brady.
Thank you.
Before we get started, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to AfterBuzz on YouTube. Please give a thumbs up to this video. Like it, comment, share, do whatever you gotta do. And then also, please find us on iTunes and subscribe to the podcast. Now, Brady, I saw the show for the first time on Saturday, and I have to say it really brought me back because I don't remember the last time I watched a Nick show, and I was like, oh man, these are the shows like it was when I was growing up, the Lizzie McGuire, and I'm probably aging myself right now. So when you first heard about the show, what was your reaction, like the premise of the show?
I loved it. It reminded me of Ned's Declassified, which I used to watch all the time when I was younger. And it reminded me of one of those older shows that I used to watch. And everyone loves those older shows and misses them. And I think this reminds me of one of the more classic Nickelodeon shows. So yeah, I really loved it.
So tell me about what the audition process was like for you. How long did it take? What did they make you do? Was this the original character that you read for?
I actually originally read for the role of CJ, and I taped from Florida. I sent in an audition tape, and I remember saying when I read the script and I read all about it, I was like, oh, well, if CJ doesn't work out, I could always play Mandy Minus, and they originally changed it to Mindy, but it was originally Mandy. So I'm like, okay, I could play Mandy Minus. That seems like fun. And so then I got a call back for CJ, so I flew out to LA, and I went in, and they said that they loved me, but for a different role. And I said, oh, Mandy Minus, I'm going to audition for Mandy Minus. And then a couple weeks later, the audition came in for Mandy Minus, and then it turned into Mindy for the pilot. They turned it into Mindy, which I think I like more, Mindy Minus. And yeah, it was just so cool, because I remember saying, I think I could play her, and then I ended up playing her. So yeah.
So we didn't actually see you in the official premiere episode, but we did see you in the Start a Garage Band Thing episode, which I personally loved, and I told you off camera, but on camera, I'm telling you that this girl is the next Ashley Tisdale. She reminded me so much of Sharpay from High School Musical because Mindy is sort of a mean girl.
She is. She's definitely a mean girl. And yeah, I love High School Musical, and I love Sharpay, so that is such an honor to me to be told that I'm like Sharpay. Because, I mean, Sharpay drove a pink golf cart. Who doesn't want to drive a pink golf cart? Sharpay's awesome. And yeah, Mindy is a lot like her. And I think the whole show is, yeah, she's definitely like her.
So you seem like a pretty sweet girl. Is it good to be bad? Because she's not very nice.
It's definitely fun. I love it. It's more fun, I think, to play a character that's different from yourself, because if you're playing another version of yourself, it feels like you're being yourself. And I think it's a lot more fun to play something that's different, and it's a lot more to work with as an actress.
Did you ever see yourself on Nickelodeon?
Yes, definitely. I used to watch all those shows, and that was my dream. I wanted to be, on one of those shows, and I can't believe that it's real. Sometimes I have to remind myself, like, I'm not dreaming. This is my real life. Like, I go to set and I'm on a Nickelodeon show. Like, yeah, it's amazing.
I was scrolling through your Twitter a little bit, and I saw a really great tweet about how you could not believe that you were seeing yourself on TV. So talk us through that experience. Like, was that completely surreal for you?
It is. It still is. That I'm going to be on every Saturday night at 8 o'clock. Like, it's so weird. Because I used to watch them, and now, like, I turn on the TV, and the other day, really, I was at home, I turned on the TV, 100 Things to Do Before High School was on, my scene was on, I'm like, I just randomly turned on the TV, and that's myself. Like, how is that real life? Like, I'm like, I have to tweet this, so I did. But it was a very surreal experience.
Now, a lot of people find it difficult to watch themselves. Do you actually enjoy it? Like, you like seeing the finished product?
Yeah, I do. Especially if it's a while after I filmed it, and normally we don't see it until it's on, so it's been, a few months since we last saw it. If you see it like right after you just did it, then like I feel like you're critiquing yourself. You're like, oh, I could have done that differently. But when you see it later, then it's so much fun because you remember, oh, I remember saying this, and you remember everything. So it's really cool.
Now, we didn't really get much of a backstory to your character. Are you allowed to tell us a little bit about maybe the relationship between you and CJ, why things are the way they are, or is that going to be revealed in a future episode?
I don't really know. I think that at one point CJ and Mindy I didn't think they didn't get along from the start. I think from when they were very little, they just didn't get along. And I think Mindy has always had this kind of thing that she's a little better than everyone else.
Really?
So I think she just kind of thinks of herself as the princess of the school, and CJ's just a very average, very nice person. So I think they're very different personalities, and so I think it's always been that Mindy has been the mean girl of the school.
So we don't know much about Mindy except for she is a little bit crass, a little bit mean. Can you tell us a little bit about your character? What she does in high school besides perform in a rock band and sabotage shows. We want to know everything that she does.
I think she's very girly, and she's very fashionable. I love her outfits. I love wearing her outfits. She loves her friends. She has a group of friends called her Mindettes, and she hangs out with them. Maybe it's only them, but she hangs out with them. And I think she is kind of an average girl. I would guess that she loves to go shopping and do those kinds of things just like I do. And she's popular, so she knows everyone, but that doesn't mean she's nice to everyone. But she's always going on crazy adventures, trying to stop the three, CJ, Fenwick, and Crispo, from going on their crazy adventures. So,
what a buzzkill. I know you're better than that. Hopefully she turns around in one of these episodes. I know I'll be watching. What can we expect from your character this season? Can you tease anything that's coming up? Maybe next week's episode? A little bit about it? Since it's one of your favorites?
Yes, it is one of my favorites. It's been my favorite the whole season. It was one of the first ones we did, and oh my gosh, I love it. It was so much fun to film. It's called Say Yes to Everything for a Day thing, and CJ, Fenwick, and Crispo have to say yes to everything for an entire school day, and you don't realize that a lot of craziness comes from saying yes to everything if you can't say the word no all day. So there's a lot of crazy adventures, and you need to watch it.
Oh my God. Well, now you've drawn me in. I'm excited.
Yes.
So I want to shift gears a little bit since we found out about the show that you're on right now. I kind of want to find out about where you were when you started. So what was the first job you ever booked?
When I was 5 years old, I did a commercial for Disney World in Florida, and I had never done anything before that. I had modeled a little bit, but was just starting to get into it, and I actually went on the audition. We didn't know anything about it. We thought it was for a modeling job, and then I booked it, and we didn't even know. I had never been on commercials before. We didn't even know what we were doing, and I loved it. It was like a kid that plays a sport from the first time, and they just know that that's their passion and that's what they want to do. I just loved it, and I wanted to keep doing it, and so I kept doing commercials, and eventually I started branching out and taking acting classes and doing bigger things, and then I started coming to LA, and it's just always been my passion. It's what I love to do. I can't imagine my life without it.
Was it hard to move from Florida to Los Angeles?
Not really, because I've been coming back and forth since I was 8. So we come here for a couple months and then go back to Florida. So this is like my home. Like, it feels like my home. So I love it here because I feel like I belong. Everyone is involved in the business and understands acting and stuff. So yeah, I love it.
So kind of an odd question, but I know that you feel like you're meant to act. But if you couldn't act, what do you think you'd do?
I would be a journalist.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me more, darling. Why?
I love to write. Writing. I love writing. I always have. And I took journalism in middle school, and I really liked it. And I specifically fashion journalism because I love fashion and everything girly, and I think that would be really fun. And I would also maybe like to be a lawyer.
Okay.
Because I love debating and those kinds of things. But probably journalist or lawyer, either one.
So as far as someone in the industry that you look up to, do you have that point person? Somebody that you'd like to model your career after, perhaps?
Yeah, I love Shailene Woodley. I think all her movies that she does, I love her acting, and I think she's definitely a role model.
I know. I mean, she started on ABC Family, so
Yep.
she's right with you. Who knows? We'll jump and we'll see you in a blockbuster next, right?
I would love to do that. I would love to do a film and dramatic stuff. I would love it.
Now, what about a dream co-star?
Dream
Male or female?
co-star. That's hard. That's a hard question.
Because you've had some pretty great co-stars.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe Ashley Tisdale. I could play like her younger sister or something.
That would be amazing.
It would.
I know. I
It would be
tweeted at her
amazing.
today in the hopes that we would get a retweet. I'll keep trying. I feel
one day
like
we'll cross our fingers.
I feel like you really are her. Like I see it. I see it.
I see it in myself.
What is your most favorite project that you've worked on so far? Because you've done quite a bit in your short time on this earth.
Yes.
Yeah.
So far, I think it's 100 Things to Do Before High School. It's been so much fun. The whole cast and crew is like a family, and it's such a positive, upbeat set to work on. And each week we have different crazy adventures, so we get to wear fun costumes and fun props and fun storylines, and everything is just so much fun, and I love it.
Now, I'm always curious because when someone starts on a new show, especially, in this day, social media is crazy huge. So how has the change been for you from when you found out the news about this show to now? Like, are you super active on social media? Because I think the fans are amazing.
Yeah. When I first found out, up until like a year ago, my Instagram was private, and I didn't really, I did tweet and stuff, but I wasn't as involved. And now that it's on and everything, I've become very involved, and I want to talk to all the fans of the show. And I love looking at, like, they make edits and stuff, and I love looking at them and seeing what they're posting about and what they like. They say what they like about the show, their favorite parts, and that's so cool because these are things that start as a script. It starts as paper, and then we bring it to life, and then to see other people's feedback on that, I love it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so exciting. I love the interaction. I think that's one of my favorite parts too, just really seeing how people receive the show, because I even cruised the longest hashtag in the world, 100 Things to Do Before High School.
It's a very long hashtag. If you want, you can shorten it to 100 Things. I've been shortening it to 100 Things.
Yeah, we need to work on that.
Yeah.
But people had the best things to say, and even all of the reviews that I read, it really did, like I said in the beginning, bring me back to the way shows were when I was growing up. And I love that it's sort of come full circle, because Nickelodeon has a lot of amazing programming, but this is the first, one of the first female-driven, it's great. This is like Victorious went off the air. I feel like this is filling the void for me a bit.
Yes.
That girl power.
Yes, because all those old shows, iCarly and Victorious, and they were, and I think it's very relatable, too. I think whether you're young, whether you're in middle school, or whether you're older and you're out of middle school, I think either way you can remember what that was like. At least one episode you're going to say, oh, I remember when that happened at my school, and I remember, what that was like, and what I did with my friends. And I think everyone remembers middle school, and I think because of that, everyone can relate to it. So I think everyone enjoys it, not just people that are in middle school. I think all different ages will like it.
Look at me. I enjoyed it. I am definitely not in middle school. So this is my favorite part of the interview, because I get to find out a little bit more about you. I did a bunch of research, but I couldn't find the answers to any of these questions.
Okay.
So I'm just going to ask you random. First thing that comes to your mind, you let me know.
Okay.
Your favorite food.
Salmon.
Salmon?
Yes.
Explain.
I love salmon. I don't really like fish in general, but salmon. I love salmon.
Prepared any certain way?
Grilled.
Grilled.
My dad makes it on the grill. My mom makes it too, and it's really good. Yeah.
All right, that's unusual. I'm always expecting junk food as the answer.
Yeah,
but
everyone
you go.
would say like pizza or something. I mean, I love pizza. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, salmon.
Do you have a hidden talent?
I'm really good at hula hooping. Yes. I not like crazy tricks or anything, but I can hula hoop for like an hour. Like I could just stand here and hula hoop. Like, I don't know how it happened, but it's a really cool talent.
Okay. When you go to the mall, the first place you go is?
Oh my gosh, I love going to the mall. I can't pick a favorite store. Forever 21.
Okay.
Usually Forever 21 or Sephora, because I love makeup. So
All right.
it's a hard question.
Tomboy or girly girl? Although I feel like I know the answer.
Oh, girly girl. All the way.
Okay. The last song you listened to?
Oh, I listened to so many songs. What was I listening to on the way here? Probably Bad Blood, Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift.
Did you die for that video?
Yes, I did. It was so perfect.
I know. I'm still pulling GIFs from it. That's great.
Yeah, it was one of my favorites of hers, yeah.
What was the last thing you Googled?
Last thing I Googled? Oh, I actually just looked at my phone and I saw it. It was from a while ago. It was how to play Connect 4 because I was playing Connect 4 with someone and we didn't know the official rules. We were confused about something, so we Googled it. So, yeah.
All right.
That's why.
Share something that not many people know about you.
Not many people know about me. I love to read, and I actually like school. I am very into reading, and I love everything academic. I have straight A's in all my classes, and I'm taking finals this week, so I'm almost done, but I'm in advanced classes in a lot of my classes, and yeah, academics are one of my favorite things.
What was the last book you read?
Right now, I'm reading Looking for Alaska by John Green. I love John Green. And before that, I read Paper Towns. So now I'm on Looking for Alaska. But he's a really great author.
So you're all about going to see the movie in a couple weeks.
Yes. Yes. I actually have a friend that's in it, and I can't wait to see it.
Oh, my God. Small world.
Yes.
So do you have a guilty pleasure TV show? You know, something that you maybe not tell anybody that you watch, but you're a totally huge fan of?
I actually do tell everyone. I love Gossip Girl. Favorite show. I've seen most of the episodes twice. I love it. I love it. I watched all 6 seasons on Netflix, and then I started rewatching it. So I've rewatched most of them, but it definitely is my guilty pleasure.
What is your dream role? If you could craft one for yourself.
I wanted to be on Once Upon a Time.
Okay.
And I still do. I wanted to play a young Emma Swan. And now they have a young Emma Swan, but I would just love to be on that show. That's another one of my favorite shows. All the actors are so amazing on that show, and the storylines are just incredible. I actually just watched the finale a couple days ago. The storylines are amazing. I would love to be on that show.
Okay, and one final question. If you could give, since the show takes place in middle school, if you could give your high school self or your middle school self advice about high school, since you're in high school now, what would it be?
I think it would be to enjoy middle school, just like CJ, Crispo, and Fenwick are doing, because there's definitely a lot more work in high school, and it's definitely a lot harder, and you do have to focus more on academics. So I think you just need to enjoy middle school and get the most out of it, just like they're doing in 100 Things. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. Guys, you need to check out this show on Nickelodeon every Saturday night at 8 p.m. I know I will be tuning in and also following this lovely one's career because I know that this is just the beginning for you.
Thank you.
Where can the fans find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at Brady Reiter, and you can find me on Twitter at Brady Reiter X, and you can find me on Facebook, just Brady Reiter.
Awesome. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jillian Leff, on my Facebook, Jillian Leff Official, and I also host the Foster's After Show, which starts up tonight, show tomorrow. Thank you so much, Brady, again for coming in. I had the best time.
Thank you. I had so much fun, and thank you for watching, and thank you so much for having me.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.